defensively. Get a body on him.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Number 12, shooting 1.
Free throw off from Speedy. Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Like 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
Bucket is good. Speedy's got his second basket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now, Ivy went off a 12-point game his last outing. Pass to Sasser. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Chicago, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And stolen by Ivy. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Thompson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
And he's good on the second. Here's Speedy. Coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Launches a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Speedy's got 7. Detroit's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Ivy. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Reed a screen on White. Ivy dishes to Reed. Here's Sasser. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And stolen by Ivy. Sasser with it. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And so the ball's out of bounds. Craig touched it last. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Ivy against White.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Beyond the arc. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Here's Ivy. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White certainly has been fun to watch.
It certainly has, Kevin. He's starting to put it all together now, and it can take multiple years. We all knew he could score, but now his passing and his rebounding have also improved.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Speedy in the last game against Detroit had a huge game. He ended up with 62 points, and his glass work resulted in a season-high rebound total for him as well. An amazing performance. Probably we won't see a night like that anytime soon. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys have carried that momentum into this one.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pistons trail by 9. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. So Chicago with an almost entirely new group. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Torrey Craig. Bogdanovich comes in for Zach LaVine. Josh Giddey's checked in for White. And Ball subbed in for Speedy. Pistons trail by 17. Williams is out there with Talen Horton-Tucker. Then there's Speedy. Then it's Torrey Craig. And it's Dosunmu in at the 2 guard. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Speedy. Another 3 for Chicago.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Now here's Beasley. Into the lane. Pass to Holland. Back to Beasley. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Williams for 3. Holland with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now Beasley. Pass to Holland. Back to Beasley. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Speedy. The Bulls leading by 16. And he drives in. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Speedy's got 18 points in the game.
The adjustment, man, what a finish.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And here is Robinson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Montecchio with the bounce pass. Beasley with a clean look. Beasley can't get that one to fall.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
RJ, you say this all the time. For a young player like Patrick Williams, reps are so important.
He's had a tough start to his career. 2 injuries in his first 4 years that ended his season. Every young player needs to get a rhythm. They need minutes and they need to be healthy.
The three. Beasley can't get that one to fall.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Yep, it counts.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Speedy. Detroit with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold so quickly.
And the basket by Speedy.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. You take a look at Howland, currently 5th in the league in assists. Such court vision.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown how well.
So a pretty lopsided game for the first half. In Chicago, delivering the blowout. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shots.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
We know the draft's an inexact science, even with all that prep that goes into it. So congrats to the teams that chose these 5 rookies.
Yeah, we've seen scouting make or break a franchise. Hey, it makes or breaks a studio team. Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Pistons.
I'll say this. Yeah, you want to protect the paint. But when you're getting killed from long range, you have to make the adjustment defensively. They're not going to win like this.
Seems highly unlikely, indeed. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Speedy.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Tipping off the second half, here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. Sliding in at the wing spots, it's Ivy and Thompson. Holland is out there with Paul Reed. And it's Sasser in at the point.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Connects from three-point range. And that's now 6 points for Jaden Ivey. Here's Speedy. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 19-point game.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
And the basket by Speedy.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Sasser. Off target with his 3.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Speedy. Some solid defense from Reed. Pistons trail by 21. Thompson finds Sasser. Detroit, no good that time either.
He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
And the basket by Speedy.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Now, Ivy, 6 points for him. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. There's the drive. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Levine. And then Levine with the champ.
Zach Levine, he's already won multiple dunk contests. Maybe another?
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And, Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple-level score. And when he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
This Pistons squad struggling.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ivy with the bucket.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivy, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
Here's Speedy. Nailed from three-point land. Speedy's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Bulls. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. Number 1, the Bulls.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
Pass to Fontecchio. Three-pointers. Good on the triple. Fontecchio's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's Phillips. He's covered by Fontecchio. Here's Speedy. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game. .121 left here in the third quarter. Shot from the low block. It's all in by the Bulls. Giddey's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Speedy the pass to Phillips. Stolen away. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. Gonzalez grabs the board.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the shot goes down. Speedy's got 40 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Sasser with it. Off on the layup.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Beasley to end the run. Buzelis grabs the board. Well, Chicago has gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Here's Speedy. Giddey, the pass to Speedy. Good! Another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Robinson for three. And no good in the last second attempt this time. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Bulls out front, just dominating this one. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
And we... He's checked in for Chicago. And the Bulls call timeout here.
Let's hear it for you.
Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Dosunmu is out there with Speedy. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Phillips in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Beasley. Here's Moore. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Buzelis. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
It's good from long range. Speedy's got 4. 49 points in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking on threes.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And Beasley has the ball here for the Pistons. Pass to Ivy. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Dosunmu, the pass to Speedy. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Horton Tucker with it to the middle. Here's Speedy. Plays it up and banks it in. Speedy's got 54 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Ivy finds more. A three-pointer, no good. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Here's Ivy. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the paint, picked off in midair. Here's Speedy. He's covered by Fontecchio. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ivy. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Down low. And this year's draft class considered to be one of the weaker classes in recent years.
I don't believe in a such thing as a weak draft class. There is always going to be a player or multiple players that stand out. Understand, even if you're drafting 60 players, if 5 of them turn out to be legitimate players, that's a good draft class.
Free throw, good from Speedy. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And a different look here for the Pistons. Both free throws, good from Speedy. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Speedy.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Well, Chicago's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Fires the three. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. 43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Thompson outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Sasser. The Pistons rebound. Count that one.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Here's Speedy. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
It's after the bounce pass. Tipped away. Here's Speedy. There's the triple. And again for three.
Another three. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
This man really almost scored more points than Kobe. Unreal. Solid effort tonight on both ends. Good, MP.
Thanks for joining us for the NBA Rising Stars Challenge. Get ready for some thrilling end-to-end action as the best first and second-year players in the NBA do battle on the hardwood. Alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.
And Kevin, you talked about some thrills being in store for us tonight. These young guys are all capable of making a spectacular play at any given time. And I got a feeling we'll see plenty of them here tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, without question. I mean, if this game has taught us anything over the last few years, over the years in general, is there isn't a highlight reel big enough to capture all of the incredible high-flying action.
Now the starting group for the sophomores. Chet Holmgren out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then it's Miller, and it's George in at the point.
And guys, since this game started back in '94, this has been a perfect warm-up for the All-Star game. I mean, it has all the fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
Here's Speedy. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. It's good.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Here's Speedy. To the wing on the left. Pass to Song. To the right side. There's a screen. Here's Speedy. 6 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Speedy's got 7 points. This really has become one of the signature events of All-Star Week. And I know you love it, Greg. It gets everyone into the mood for all the festivities that are soon to come.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's such a great way for these young players to show off some of the fancy moves that they wouldn't even dare to attempt in a regular season game.
And here's Miller after the three-pointer from Speedy.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Here's Wembanyama. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And there's no question he was going to be playing in this game, because as far as a first or second year player goes, he's about as impactful as any in the league.
That's exactly right. I mean, he's quickly become one of his team's most important players. For most guys, that can take years, but it's happening really fast for him.
And it's just something about the Rising Stars Challenge. It gives each of these young players a chance to really do something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career.
On night